Good evening, everybody. This is the 5 minute face check right before our playoff games. And here we are with Division B first seed team, Majesty, representing You Are Not Alone. Majesty, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
So, first thing that I want to ask you is about the team name. Now, I know a little bit about it with You Are Not Alone, but tell me some of the history there.
It all started 7 months ago when this girl named Lily, off of the advice of a friend, approached me because she was suicidal. And she was looking for someone to be there to care and to vent to. And so we started talking, and I was helping her with that. And then at the time, we were in Heroes Lounge and we were playing. And so the only time I wouldn't be able to talk to her for a while would be when we played games. So that's when I started doing a bunch of the POV streams. And I had to explain to the team why. And so then they kind of adopted her as well. And they were saying hi. And so when we were looking at NGS and to form that team, we wanted to do something in honor of her. And so we formed the name You Are Not Alone as a reminder that for those out there who need that reminder that they're not alone, no matter how hard it seems, they're not alone in it. And so we shout her out in all of our games and all the interviews we do constantly. She watches everything, and she's just been our biggest supporter. We play Quiplash with her sometimes, so the team's had some interaction with her.
Nice.
And this whole season is just dedicated to her, and it's more than a team. It's kind of like an ideology that we're trying to push.
Nice. So, quite a bit of history there, some very deep feelings there. And to Lily, though we've never met, hi from Valcomer. You are definitely not alone. If we can ever be there for you as Nexus Gaming Series in the extended family, please let us know. I love the story, and if we can help on anything, please let us know. So, to switch gears a little bit, to dive in, you have been just on a roll this season. What do you think has helped bring you to this point?
For me personally, it is Lily in the end. Basically, before every game, because obviously we have to communicate when the games are for her to know. She wishes us luck and says, "I'll know you win." And it's that drive to not disappoint, um, and to keep up that winning streak for her in honor of her. And on top of that, obviously we practice just a ton. We practice all the time, scrims 2, 3 times a week, tons of scouting. We do so much scouting; it's ridiculous. Patience crunches so many stats. He really just uses stats of the storm like you would not believe. We have a Google Drive because we made him form a Google Drive because I was like, I'm tired of downloading these sheets every time you post them in Discord. 7 times to go back and keep reviewing them. So we formed a Google Drive so we can just view it online without having to download it. And he keeps them up to date. And we have ones on every team, every match, every game we've ever played as a 5 stack. And then totals of all the official matches, and then all the official matches plus scrims, plus all the just scrims, and each individual game plus the total from each match from each time we face people.
Wow. Well, we're down to just about a minute left in our 5 minute face check. So, anything special that you're going to surprise us with this week, or we just got to tune in with your match against Deviled Keggs?
With the balance patch plus getting later into the season, we've definitely have started pulling out a lot of newer picks that we haven't ran yet. Pulling out almost completely changing playstyles, almost a couple of drafts. We showed it a little bit with Soak Every Lane in the first round of playoffs where we pulled out Samuro Abathur. So we have some more things in our back pockets that we're ready to pull out.
Well, it'll be interesting to watch. Um, Anything that you would say as you've been watching Deviled Keggs that you you feel like you've cracked their code or something along those lines?
They're a very aggressive team, so it's just making sure we have the tools we need to go, no, what, this fight we're not going to take and just disengage out.
Nice. All right. Well, anything I should have asked you and I haven't?
Uh, I can't think of anything.
Okay. And
Nothing specific.
any last minute hurrah challenge, we're going to make this happen type of thing that you want your team to hear before you go into this match?
Even if I have to 1v5, I'm not going to drop this, not for Lily.
Nice. Well, Lily, again, it sounds like you have been the rallying force for you are not alone, and it sounds like it's been working out for them and for you. It's going to be a great fight. Looking forward to it. All right, everybody, this has been the 5 minute face check. Thanks for watching. Welcome, everybody, to round 2 of the 5 minute face check brought to you by NGS. My name is Valcomer. We are here with B Train of Deviled Keggs. How are you tonight, B Train?
Dude, I'm tired. It's like midnight. But nah, I'm doing good, man. I got some wholesome Heroes of the Storm in tonight. It's all good.
Nice. And now this is going to air right before your match tomorrow, and you are going up against the number 1 seed. You are not alone. How are you going to be ready for that team?
I mean, we're already ready, man. Like the first time they played us, one, I wasn't playing, and I believe we even had a sub beyond me. I had some personal stuff, so I had to take off a couple weeks. Let's just put it lightly. Yana wouldn't have been undefeated had I played when we played in the regular season.
Ooh, gauntlet thrown. Being the 2nd seed, your interview is going to be second, so they'll see that, and it'll be going right into game time. So, gauntlet thrown. Anything special that you guys have been doing as Deviled Kegs to get yourself ready for the playoffs and make that run for the finals?
No. We just had our first practice in like 2 weeks with the 5 men that we're running. Tomorrow we practice tonight, so no, I've just been playing Cho'Gall on my Silver Smurf, and that's pretty much it. So I'm probably gonna feed.
Well, tactical feeds sometimes win the game, right?
Oh yeah, especially materials new trait, dude. I'm looking forward to it. So
Nice. Anything that you would say that has really stood out to you this season that's been a lot of fun as a team, maybe a growing point as a team?
Uh, honestly, for this team this season, a lot of it was growing pains. We ran it with a roster last season. We had to make a mid-season change, and then come playoffs, we bodied pretty much all the way through our division, and then we lost, I think, Beast Coast in the Coastal Finals between West and East. And so we lost 2 people this season. We moved forward. We picked up 2 people, Django and Carlos, who had never played competitive before. So there was a lot of small things that I took for granted that people knew, and so we had to have a lot of like after game and after practice talks and reviews. But they've both grown a lot, taken a lot of steps forward in certain directions, and so I think the main thing is just been able to introduce new people to the competitive scene this season while still being remotely in the hunt to be competitive at the playoff time.
Nice. Now, your competitors, I talked a little bit about their team name. Now, I feel like I know some of the history of your team name, but how did Deviled Kegs come to be?
It was okay. So I was like chilling at work, and we were having deviled eggs, and I misspoke, and I was talking to my buddy about hots, and I mentioned Chen, and I said the word kegs, and it was just a complete accident. And then I went home later that day, and I was like, wait, that'd actually be a good team name. And I like ran it by one person, and they were like, yo, that's kind of dope. And then like nobody could come up with anything better, so I just stamped it, made the copyright, and everybody hopped on, and it just kind of stuck. It's actually a good name because our like how you have the 4 initial like abbreviation
Yes.
DKGG. It's pretty clean looking, so we just kind of ran with it.
Well, and I remember when you were down in Division C with me, there was a long-standing Chen ban of B Train won't play Chen in Division C East. Period. End of
Well,
story. Good night.
it was given to me one game, and this was before the Chen rework. This was back, with shit Chen, a year and a half ago, and I got it one game, bodied, permaban since. When I main tank, it's banned. When I was a DPS last season, banned. If I'm just in the game, it's banned. So I don't know, man. Sucks.
Uh, Anything from your team that you would say they have just felt really strongly about, they've really enjoyed this season, or they just want to throw some extra shade, I suppose?
I mean, we always throw shade. That's what we do. Not like the season, like we had a lot of unfortunate circumstances. So, like I would have to play a role I didn't particularly care to play, or Raven would have to pick up a role, or we'd have a lot of switches in and out. We'd have some bad nights, but I mean, for the most part, like, everyone has really stayed in stride, and we've kept a positive attitude for the most part. Like we'll have a couple down minutes, But I mean, we always laugh and joke out the whole practice through all the games if we're losing or winning. So I think like the main thing has just been the attitude from everybody,
Nice.
despite it being really tough sometimes.
Well, you guys tend to be a high levity team, if you will. It seems like you roll with the punches pretty well. Maybe that's just the innate Chenness and Brewmaster in you guys.
It's the Panda way. We're big, bouncy. We deflect shots and we hop in our little kegs and we roll away.
Well, B Train, good luck. We are at our 5-minute hard cap, so it's going to be a great match. Looking forward to it. Everybody, thanks for watching, and it's going to be a great game tonight.
Play of the game from way down. True, silence.
Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
the living bombs going.
Oh my goodness, the ring.
Bob Stastinko gonna find Rainer.
Good evening and welcome to the next gaming series. This is my co-host, Alice. She wanted to show a little bit of love to everybody out there tonight. Do want to shout out Majesty there in the middle of the interviews with the 1,000 bits, and of course, as everybody heard, we had those interviews with Majesty, with B-Train. We've got an exciting matchup tonight between You Are Not Alone and Deviled Keggs. And of course, for You Are Not Alone, it wouldn't be a Yana cast without shouting out Lily. So hope you enjoy the show tonight, Lily. And tonight, number 1, You Are Not Alone versus the, I believe, number 4 Deviled Keggs. Let me double check that. Number 5 Deviled Keggs. So, gonna be an exciting matchup. These teams faced off here not too long ago. Of course, Yana was undefeated, so they did take that 2-0. And let's take a look at the standings and the brackets here. All right, so our brackets, to start off with, You Are Not Alone defeated Spooky Ghosts. What? Why did that switch? Well, all right. So they defeated Spooky Ghosts 2-0, and man, this is really all just kinds of screwed up. There. All right. Let's go back to the other thing, and I'll fix that real quick here. So You Are Not Alone first, and Deviled Keggs sitting 5th there. Let's see if this updated now. Oh man, that did not update. Two, one, bam. All right, see if that bracket fixed. There we go. So whoever wins You Are Not Alone versus Deviled Keggs goes on to face off against Phoenix Rising Onyx. They were the number 2 seed out of B West. Also had a pretty solid season, but not quite as good as Yana. Our map bans tonight, as the teams are ready to go and are starting their bans here. You Are Not Alone started us off with the bans on Dragonshire and Sky Temple. Deviled Keggs with the bans on Brax's Holdout and Cursed Hollow. And our first game of the evening is going to be on Towers of Doom. And already, let's go. Come on, there we go. Alrighty, so Monkus isn't with us anymore. Let's get our current co-caster there. There we go. Thanks, Alpha. Thanks for showing up. But Zeratul and Tassadar gonna be the bands out from You Are Not Alone, and then Uther and Samuro. So we did actually hear in that interview about the Samuro band, or Samuro play rather. So there you go. And yeah, welcome, Lily. I see you there. Glad that you're here, and hope you enjoy this. So Johanna and Oriel going to be picked up. Raynor got some buffs, so Raynor's a strong hero now. Like when Raynor first got reworked, he was like top tier at that point, or very close to it. Anyways, he was picked all the time. And then he kind of slowly dwindled down. Still often picked, but not every game. Certainly not first pick in most games. But then he got buffed, his level 1s. And now, all of a sudden, Raynor's a thing. But that seems to be the case for a lot of heroes recently, right? They buffed Oriel, they buffed Greymane, they buffed, well, they put Deathwing into the game. So they've really increased the power of the heroes in general. Gonna get the Abathur and Vala bands to finalize our bands. So still, Oriel, a very strong hero, has the upgraded resurrection, which allows her to resurrect herself, which is already a huge boost. And then they kind of scaled back some of the changes they made, so no longer are they specifically in a position that they can, you know, half a second cast, 3 second return, and basically just negate everything that the enemy team did. Still can, if you position it right, time it right, it still is a very powerful ult, but not necessarily entirely uncounterable. That said, we're going to have Sylvanas and Lieutenant Morales coming in, so a true double support here. And Malthael and Jaina coming in as well, so we're likely to get that ace in the hole for that additional damage. And P-Drake coming in on the Murky. Alright, so a lot of eggs in the Sylvanas basket here with the Morales and Oriel. And we've got a Murky. Did I mention that? Alright, who are they switching around here? Let's see, Wipeout is on Malthael. Patience is on Malfurion, Majesty is on Raynor. Okay, so that's right. Alright, we're good otherwise. Alrighty then. Hey, welcome everybody from Rackham's channel. Appreciate it. Appreciate the raid over. Hope the Division D West matchup that you guys watched was an exciting one. All right, so poll is up in chat. The game loaded super fast, so let's get right over to it here. We're gonna start off with our #1 seed out of B West. It's You Are Not Alone. We've got I Just Fizzed on Blaze. Majesty gonna be playing the Raynor. We got Yonners on Jaina, Patience on the Malfurion, and Wipeout gonna be playing the Malthael. And on the right for Devil Keggs, we got VZ on the Oriel, B-Train on the Murky. We got Raven X on Johanna, Django on the Lieutenant Morales, and Michaelin playing the Sylvanas. So what I definitely know this is not going to be is this is definitely not a Juice Pirates. Right? It's just not happening. Not with what we got. So, taking a look here, we're going to have Swift Sweep. We've got the, I don't even know the name of this stat, Caduceus Feedback, so additional range and getting the additional energy as well. It's going to be the fishy deal for Murky, so he's going to be able to bribe these camps more often. Johanna going into that new-ish upgraded block talent here for her reinforcements. Michaelin not quite able to make it over the wall. Very close, but is able to get there. And it's not reinforcements, just reinforced. So 60 physical armor, and that's going to be huge against that Raynor especially. We got new habits for Blaze. Jaina going into Fingers of Frost. Ace in the hole as expected. The new regrowth talent, Rejuvenation, giving Malfurion his own half-effective regrowth. Really solid. I really like that talent. It makes the regrowth feel impactful. And really right from level 1. And Pale Horse there from Malthael. So Camp Invade coming in from You Are Not Alone, looking to see if they can't steal away this camp. Blaze is going to jump propulsion onto the Sylvanas. Big heal coming out from Oriel. They do get their own camp, and Johanna's going to get the big condemn there. So a lot of damage going out, but look at this. Everybody's full health, because keep in mind the value of Morales and Oriel. Neither of them have any mana. So they can stay in these fights until the end of time, as long as Sylvanas is dishing out that hope generation. Votes in chat coming out for You Are Not Alone. We'll see if chat's right. Definitely an interesting comp here. The siege minions, one of them ends up making it through the root coming out onto Johanna, but she's going to get healed up here and make it out. Oriel lagging a little bit behind, but should be just okay. Blaze getting that jet propulsion in onto Raven X, and once again, I mean, these players are able to just sit there and dish it out. But keep in mind too, You Are Not Alone, they're sitting pretty healthy. They got Malfurion to continue to provide those burst heals from his Moonfires. Now with just a Murky, I kind of expect that we'll see You Are Not Alone look at the top 2. But at least for now, looks like they're looking at the bottom. Now, does Malthael go in after Murky? No, he's just going to go ahead and trade that out. So, 4's up for both teams. Right now, just a little bit ahead is You Are Not Alone. No kills yet, though. Not even a Murky kill. Murky is not heading down. He's just going to gather the XP. And the flashlight coming out to stall out Majesty on the point there. Grenade also, as well as the Haunting Wave. So a couple of different stalls. I think the flashlight's back up, maybe? Yeah, just in time there. So this stall is pretty solid. How is the XP turning out so far? Minions, almost identical, but Malthael is a little bit ahead there. The jet propulsion getting Sylvanas. But again, 30 armor coming from Morales. We got the AoE heal from the Hope generation. We got just that beam of energy from Morales. And up in the top lane here, Murky picking up the camp is going to be able to push that in. As Malthael currently working on the mid lane, and Murky's going to be able to catch up here and get basically all the XP that was here. Both teams now working on their siege camps. We'll see which team is able to pick it up first. Looks like that's going to be You Are Not Alone. And once again, Camp Invade coming up. Did not work out well for them last time. I mean, it didn't work out poorly. They just didn't get it. And it's going to be the same thing here. They they decide not to go in on that engagement. No damage, Murky, pick one. Siege camps here. The Blizzard taking care of the Devil Keggs siege camp. Meanwhile, Sylvanas working on hers. Does have that Merc Queen, so is able to keep the siege minions from really getting too far there. John Knight, there you go. Just gotta get to that 20-minute mark. I want, or level 20 mark. I do wonder, how far do we go before we get our first blood? We're 5.5 minutes almost here. We've got another couple of altars spawning. And B-Train here, not able to get the pufferfish onto the minions, so no trigger there. Does end up using that safety bubble to get out. Jet propulsion coming in with the root, and it's a double kill. Absolutely just monstrous right before level 10s, and that should give both of the altars here over to You Are Not Alone. And Raven X coming in, was looking for a quick stall, but ultimately just not enough there. Great play there. Wonderful setup from I Just Fizzed to get that jet propulsion and lock those two down and send them back to the graveyard. And with that now, Hyperion coming out to get this push in the bottom lane. We've got, for ultimates, well, we'll come back to that in a second, because here comes Devil Keggs trying to push this back. They don't want to lose this. Blessed Shield going out. Bunker drop happening, though. All three going in. And there's the Octo grab into the backline, but ultimately Raiders can be just fine. We did hear the Stim Drone. It's out onto Sylvanas, looking for the Blaze, but Twilight Dream is going to come out. Now looking for Majesty, needs a little bit more, but Malthael going to hit that last rights. Not quite going to be able to get the kill, but the grenade from Morales getting the kill onto the Rainer. So a whole lot used there, and ultimately just the one kill. But with Murky up in the top lane, able to bribe and pick up this camp, Malthael's going to now have to deal with that pressure. So he'll be busy dealing with that while Murky goes and continues to get some additional bribe stacks. Siege minions coming in. And again, these are upgraded. Oh, man. Well, that feels bad. Second Siege minion just walked in, blew up on absolutely nothing. Didn't even get damage on the wall because of its positioning. Oh, Azul rules. Doesn't care for the Octo grab, I guess. Alright, looking at this fight. Level 10s on both sides. Pretty even in the XP, and everybody's here. But you know what? There's one less hero here. Murky being sent back to his egg. Wailing Arrow coming out, but it's looking like Malfurion should be able to pick up the channel. That's going to give 4 more points over to You Are Not Alone. And they're not done. They've got the minion wave here, so they want to see if they can get a little bit of damage onto this fort. But with everybody showing up, they're going to get pushed back a little bit. Did Murky die on purpose to go top lane? I know I've definitely done that. Gives you the quick rotation. It doesn't really cost. It's like a Murky death is basically like 2 minions or 1.5 minions or something. It's almost nothing, right? So if you can grab a camp and get that full wave of XP and all that, then you're in great shape. But they're not in great shape on the points right now. 36-20 in favor of You Are Not Alone. And level 13's up for Yana so far. DK coming up here soon, looking to defend their bottom tower. Minions are here, so needing to kill those. Bunker going out. And Stim Drone onto Sylvanas, so she's going to hit the bunker down first. Looking for the Jaina. They've got the Blessed Shield, but can't quite get the positioning to get her. Wailing Arrow coming out. I'm sorry, that was the Twilight Dream, rather. And Murky's going to go down, but it's going to be Crystal Aegis locking down Raven X there to keep Johanna alive. And look at this. So many heroes just incredibly low, but they just can't get these kills. They just don't have the damage for it. But that becomes easier the later this game goes, right? Murky becomes a bit more of a force, and he doesn't just insta-die from 3 attacks from Rainer. Here comes Hyperion, is going to stall this out. Jet Propulsion coming in onto 2 once again with the Strangling Roots there. I think it's Strangling. Does Michaelin make it out of this? Nope. 1 auto attack. Let's see, where is that? It is. Strangling Vines. So the 40% healing reduction. Turns out that's really helpful when you've got a double support comp. I think Zul main tank greater than Johanna main tank here. Tell me I'm wrong. You're wrong. All right, well, there you go. Siege camp coming into the bot lane, so this is going to go for sure. Like, if they need a little bit of damage to make sure that the siege minions don't just, yeah, I mean, that's an extra point. They might have been able to get that. But now there are 5 points hanging out in the bottom lane. 2 sitting here right now, 3 on the way. Murky doing absolutely everything that he can to keep them in the XP game. Currently up about 1,500 over Malthael. individually. And there goes the stim drone. So the siege camp is going to be taken out. Murky coming in was possibly looking for the Jaina, but they didn't really have anybody there to follow up on it. So Murky is thinking about pulling back. Right now he's just staying out of vision, waiting for a hero to come in. Jet propulsion going out. There's the root as well, but it's going to be the Crystal Aegis coming in. Bunker drop, keeping Django under pressure. And that's a kill. And this is the triple altar phase. This is the make or break for Devil Keggs. Because right here, if they lose a team fight, if they lose all three of these, it's game over. Boss is available. And there are potentially as much as 15 points that could go over for You Are Not Alone. Now, Murky is beginning the channel, but unless somebody stalls out the Blaze here... well, there you go. There's the Octo Grab, has the fish, and the Wailing Arrow. So Blaze is going to fall. Michaelin, however, getting taken out in return. So 1 for 1 so far, and 10 points picked up for You Are Not Alone. There's the root onto the Oriole, and it's gonna be the last rites. Here come 5 more points here in just a moment for You Are Not Alone, and the only question remaining is, do they have enough time to kill the boss? Jaina trying to catch up here to the Lieutenant Morales. They did get the stall, which saves a few seconds, so maybe Sylvanas will be up in enough time to be able to come here. But I think the only way that they can get this is if Raven X can get onto the point, and if they get a big grenade and knock everybody off of it. Like, that's literally the only way this works for them. So we'll see. Need that grenade. Need the grenade. Got booped back there. Raven X is on the point. Malthael's gonna fall. So did Murky, though. And it's a bloodbath. Raven X now getting taken out. Michaelin as well, but the grenade not quite enough, and that's going to be game number 1 going over to You Are Not Alone. Stim Drone Murky, right? Like Stim Drone Murky with the slime talent. Did he take that? Let's take a look here. Didn't take it, but if it, slightly different build. If Murky goes the auto attacks here, then I think that it's 13 that you get the... Yeah, so 13 is the healing, and I think 16 maybe is you get the extra slime every 3rd attack or something like that. So Stim Drone Murky with those two would have been absolutely bonkers. But just not enough damage. We saw a lot of team fights where Devil Keggs were able to put out, a decent amount of damage. They were able to get people low, but then they just walked away. And while you're chasing, Malfurion's hitting those moonfires on you. You did miss Murky, Kime. How dare you? Showing up late to the show, and you lose out on getting to see the Murky there. All right, the camera got adjusted because my... Really? Okay. Hey. You can have the ball. Camera got adjusted earlier because one of the dogs decided they wanted something on my desk. Knocked everything over. It was wonderful. So, while normally my camera is always in the same place, I had to fix it. Okay. Custom shines. We are going for game number 2 to Infernal Shrines. Taking a look at the maps here. So once again, we start off You Are Not Alone banning out Dragonshire and Sky Temple. Devil Keggs banning out Barax's Holdout and Cursed Hollow. Game number 1 there, Towers of Doom, was selected by Devil Keggs as You Are Not Alone wanted first pick. And we see why. You Are Not Alone getting the win. Second game, however, Devil Keggs says, all right, it's our turn. We want first pick. And ultimately, we're going to Infernal Shrines. Gotta cheer for DK for that game number 3. What was our vote? Let me look at that. Was that 100%? I thought it was. Yeah, 6-0. So we'll see how votes change for this match, for this map rather. Looks like overall everybody's in the lobby. That's a good thing. Everybody's here. Everybody's computer is present. And this is where you are not alone. They want to take this out. They want to finish this off in a 2-0. I cheer for Pro. Pro cheers for DK. F in chat, says Yonners. Yeah, Goku, I always cheer for you on the inside. Well, there you go. Hey, Goku, this is a family stream. Or something, I don't know. Gonna take a quick beverage 20-second break as you can watch this. All right, see? No big deal. We're all back. And it sounds like our teams are ready to go. All right, so draft is ready to go. I have my 27 kids watching. They love national television. Wait, what? I will not be streaming Salt Scale tomorrow. I have a raid tomorrow night. So, unfortunately, somebody else will have to pick that up. Let's see. Is that the only game? It is, at 9 o'clock. Salt Scale versus Party Time. That should be a really exciting match, too. I might pick up some of these Tuesday games, though. Heck, I might pick up both of them. Don't know. Timing-wise, it might work. But we're going to see the ban onto Rainer and Johanna from Deviled Keggs. Going to be Zeratul so far. Or You Are Not Alone. And it's going to be the Zeratul Tassadar. And that's fine. I've definitely seen the Zeratul. I don't know that I've personally seen the Tassadar. Could have happened. We're going to see the Uther here, and this is going to be on Raven X. They're tank players, so likely main tank Uther. Now, that being said, Uther did receive some decent nerfs. So we'll see how those nerfs affect him now. All right, we're going to get the Ragnaros and Oriel, this time switching sides for Oriel. And Rag's going to provide a lot of push power here. Okay, there we go. Hana, Rainer. All right, Lunara and Alexstrasza. So Alexstrasza, this being one of her better maps with the point control, so she's going to be able to pop that Dragon Queen when they get about halfway, roughly, and then, you know what? Hopefully secure the point with it, getting all those skeletal defenders brought down. Lunara's an interesting pick into the Oriel. I feel like Oriel can heal up a lot of the damage that Lunara wants to do, but does spread a lot of damage, can, with the Nature's Culling, provide a lot of value on the skeletal defenders as well. Is this Holy Hand Grenade? Wouldn't I guess I don't know. I was thinking that the Holy Hand Grenade was like Uther Garrosh, right? How come they're allowed to have Lunara, right? Blaze gonna be coming back in here, as well as Gul'dan, as we see the Rel and Cho ban, so no Cho'Gall for you. Ooh, Goku. Yeah, saying, let's see if it remains to be true. Number 4, number 5. What kind of sauciness are we going to get from B-Train this game? Well, that's not super saucy. Greymane and Leoric. So some decent frontline there with Leoric, with Uther. We got some poke damage with the Lunar and Greymane, and then Alexstrasza to round it out. Could work. Majesty, the 5th and final pick. Gonna be the Sylvanas. All right, let's get that poll up here. All right. Poll is up in chat. Vote for it right over there. Hit the drop down, select the team you think will win or want to win. Hit the vote button. If you don't hit the vote button, it doesn't count. And what do you think? Who do you think wins this? Do you think it's the Sylvanas push comp with the Ragnaros? Or do you think it's going to be this Uther main tank with the Lunara spread and the dragon form? I don't know. It's up to you guys. 100% so far in this series, calling out the wins. So we'll find out. Alrighty, on the left, up 1-0 in this series so far, in this best of 3. It's You Are Not Alone. We've got Yonders playing Gul'dan. We got Patience on Ariel. Majesty playing the Sylvanas. Wipeout on the Ragnaros. And I just fizzed on the Blaze. Meanwhile, on the right, we got Deviled Keggs. Looking to be the first team to take a map off of You Are Not Alone. We got Django on the Lunara, VZ on the Alexstrasza, B-Train playing the Leoric, Raven X on the Uther, and Michaelin on the Greymane. Do we... Okay, no, I was going to say, do we have 2 Cubicos? No, there's 2 Karamas, that's right. That's right. All right, so taking a look at these talents. I think everything's about standard. I think that all looks about right. So nothing too exciting to go chatting in on that one. Let's check status on our vote, shall we? Let's take a look at that. Ooh, I like this. I like this. Votes are split. Voting is about to end, so we'll see how that turns out. Rotations coming in. Deviled Keggs a little bit behind. And they remain split all the way through 50-50. Chat believes, or at least they want to believe, in the Deviled Keggs. They want to see a game number 3. Karama is his own imposter. You know what? Fair enough. I mean, some people have what are those Smurf accounts that have the exact same name as their main accounts. Not saying I'm one of them, but it might be true. Siege camps picked up by both teams, and it's burning down really quickly here for You Are Not Alone in this bottom one. Blaze is going to jet propulsion out, but you know what? Deviled Keggs just wasn't in a position. They didn't want to take that. And this is a lot of push power here. Gul'dan has basically no cooldown on his Fell Flame. The Outguard Corruption going to be a big burst of damage there from the damage over time effects. I think Blaze... you know what? Maybe there was a wisp there. But Michaelin getting into the wolf form there. Getting brought down really low. Level 4s are available here for You Are Not Alone, as they do also have possession here. So little bit different build for the Sylvanas than last game. My Smurf account's name is Don't Ban White Main, Please. Makes sense. So wait, so is it, I've been saying Alankia or Alankia, is it actually Alankia? Because Idioms mentioned Alan earlier, so I don't know if that's just shortened or, how do you say your name? Let's just go with that. Bottom shrine coming available here. This is going to be a Mortar Punisher. So real quick, You Are Not Alone is going to head up to their Shaman camp, as Devil Keggs had picked theirs up earlier. And here we go. Leoric's still up top, getting a little bit of push here. Ragnaros is going to come in and try to deal with that. But the shrine has been started. Devil Keggs getting on it first, but it's all You Are Not Alone so far. Gul'dan getting massive value out of those Fell Flames. Let's put that away for a moment here. Leoric's still up top, cleaning up now the Shaman camp. Ragnaros in the mid, getting the level 7s for You Are Not Alone. And we see these assist pings here, but right now with Leoric up top, I don't think there's any opportunity for Devil Keggs to really come into this. All right, well, thanks. Using trait to clear wave is fine earlier when it's needed. Yeah, well now Blaze has trait with Unstoppable and cooldown reduction from the new habits level 1 every time he gets a globe. 8 seconds, pretty significant there. So the Punisher's gonna be pulled over the wall here, but Sylvanas shutting down the tower is all but gonna secure this first fort of the game over here for You Are Not Alone in the bot lane. Leoric's coming in now, maybe to try to fight, but his team's not quite here yet. They're going to clean up the lane, and so, yep, just going to go ahead and head right back up to catch that soak in the top lane. But that means that there's 5 versus 4 here. Potentially. Ragnaros is in the lane, so if they wanted to come in and fight, they would have that full team available. And we see the retreat calls, recognizing that You Are Not Alone is nearby after picking up that siege camp. So very good map awareness there of the team. Now Leoric does have the ability to Wraith Walk, so he's not in immediate danger even if they come into him. Yawner's getting just shredded by the Sylvanas damage here in Lunara, and that's going to be the first blood going over to Devil Keggs. And you know what? Michaelin is not done. I said Sylvanas, that was incorrect. It was just Lunara's dot damage. Sylvanas is on the other team. And with that Greymane, they're able to pick up a second kill. So starting off strong here, another 6 minutes before we get our first blood of the game here, just under 6 minutes. And with the minion wave, Devil Keggs gonna get started on their own bottom lane pressure. Level 10s are available for both teams here. Lunara has not selected hers, but Lava Wave is coming in the bottom lane, so that's gonna keep the pressure away and also give a little bit of value to their own catapults. Blaze coming in, gets stunned by the Uther, and Uther moving very quickly there, but it's level 13, right? Isn't it? No, never mind. It's level 4. Level 13 is the other way. Never mind. It's a slow damage reduction. So this is where now Ragnaros starts to pull ahead because of the amount of XP he gathers with that Lava Wave. He can soak his own lane, but he can also soak other lanes and provide push pressure, just like we see here. Lunar's going to get down there and gather some of that soak, but certainly some of it was missed. He's wising up. That's unfortunate. And of course, that's all because of this right here, Wizened Duelist. Shaman Camp going to be picked up now for You Are Not Alone once again. Devil Keggs has theirs in the lane here. Leoric going in onto the point has the Entomb and almost secures the channel, but they get the bunker down. Lifebinder coming out onto Greymane also has the Divine Shield. Here comes Oriole. She'll be back in a couple of seconds. Leoric having to pull back, but Uther is going to fall, and B-Train's in there as well, trying to get maybe another kill, but you know what? Blaze is just gonna have to pull back. Wipeout so low, the leaping strike coming from Lunara is going to get the kill, so it ends up being a 1-for-1 in that. But the Shaman Camp was also picked up by Devil Keggs, so net positive to them. They also got a little bit of value in this top fort. So they're going to get started onto this the shrine here. This is going to be a Frozen Punisher as well. So picking this up would be absolutely huge for them. The bottom lane pressure is going to continue to mount, so somebody at some point will have to address that. And it looks like right now they're going to try to make sure that, you know, with this Sylvanas, that Leoric at least comes in and says, hey, you know what, I'm not going to just let you get this for free. Although, he might. Because he's very low. Now, if Sylvanas turns and actually shoots him, he just dies. I think that Leoric maybe went the wrong direction there. So Yana getting the mid fort now. Has the Leoric chasing after him, so Leoric knows what's going on down here. But Devil Keggs picking up the top fort, and with a Frozen Punisher here, they can get a lot of value onto this wall. Here comes the Lava Wave. It's going to eliminate the minions coming in with the Punisher. It's also going to force the heroes to pull off and actually force them to just leave entirely. So this Punisher is going to get relatively minimal value, all things considered. But one fort down for Devil Keggs. So not all is lost. And they're up in the kill count. They are a little bit behind in XP though. That Lava Wave definitely getting value, but we could see right here another full 5-on-5. Let's see how this starts. Greymane getting stunned into the wall here. Leoric reducing the damage, catches the Ragnaros. It's going to be a big Horrify though out onto Lunara. The Divine Shield going out onto Greymane, trying to get down the Ragnaros, not quite able to get it. Lifebinder used there, keeping him up as well. So double ultimates used onto the Greymane. With no kills for them, actually losing 2 of their own in the process here. Maybe a third one if VZ's able to, or if it's not able to get out of here. The Echoed Corruption coming out, and yeah, that's just a dead Alex Raza. Leoric able to hearth just in time, so it's going to be 3-for-0 in favor of You Are Not Alone. It could have lived, but it made sense. Oh, yeah. With that triple kill here, so significant minion wave in the bottom. They're going to get started on the tower first, as they also have level 16s. So full wall down. The Jet Propulsion coming in, gets the cleanse onto Greymane. But you know what? That's a great place to start. And the next Punisher is going to be bot lane once again. Devil Keggs really needs to pick up this Punisher. Without this Punisher, they lose a keep. Almost certainly. There's no wall. They have no towers. It's just going to walk right up into the keep. It's going to be an Arcane Punisher as well. So it's going to have those lasers that will just... they'll just do damage to the keep. No smash. Pepe Hands. No smash. Smash from who? I don't know what you mean, Cubico. I assume that's what we're talking about. Sean Knight saving smash for Varian, but there's no Varian. I don't know. I'm confused. All right, so Blaze is potentially looking to come in here. It's 17-16. So just the level advantage, no talent advantage. it's possible that Blaze actually pulled back simply because he knew that Lunara's Wisp was nearby, so thought that they were there. The Entomb going out onto Oriole, but not enough follow-up to do anything about it. Jet Propulsion coming in, big Horrify onto 2, the Life Miner going out onto Raven X, and there's the Divine Shield. Greymane working on the bunker, gets it down. They do have 25 armor coming out of that bunker, so Blaze doing just fine, sitting about half health, but is okay. Leoric trying to reduce the damage of everybody over there, but it's going to be Greymane falling to the Ragnaros. And Leoric tapping for a little bit of health, but you know what? Sylvanas has the black arrows, and she's going to come in, turn this tower down, and a minion wave coming in right behind. So this is another fort that's going to be going over to You Are Not Alone. And, you know, we talked about it in our earlier matchup, which was Division A game here. You know, the timing of deaths is probably more important than the quantity of deaths, right? Having a death right before an objective means that You Are Not Alone is able to pick up the Shrine Defenders here. They're going to get halfway before Leoric even shows up, basically. And there's still no Greymane for a couple seconds. So, really, this is all but secured, I think, for You Are Not Alone. By the time Greymane gets here, there's really not anything that they can do about it. Entomb going out onto the Oriole once again, but there's just no follow-up. So the Entomb is I don't want to say it's wasted, but it doesn't get the value that it could. Leoric's going to get Detainment Striked into the wall. So 37 to 16, they only need 3 more, and they have a Gul'dan. So B-Train gonna get caught by the slowing blast wave, and here comes the Greymane with Divine Shield, trying to finish off the Oriole, but is not quite able to get to it, and that's it. Punisher gonna come in, get another stun and a kill. Raven X gonna fall as well, so a quad kill, 2 of which were set up by the Punisher. Lava Wave going up into the top lane now, and with these 30+ second staggered death timers, this Punisher might be enough to end the game, especially with Sylvanas coming in here shutting down this bottom tower. Still 93% health on the Punisher. It's just Leoric and Lunara. Can they finish the game out here? Leoric pulling him off. Was able to get the Punisher off to the side, but this core is falling very quickly, and it's going to be You Are Not Alone remaining undefeated in Division B West. Quite a set from Yana, doing amazing work, able to take out now Devil Keggs, and going on to the Coastal Finals, where they will face off against Phoenix Rising Onyx. And hello, welcome. We've got Majesty joining us.
Hello.
So, congratulations. I'm sure you're tired of hearing that, right?
Nah.
Nah, it just doesn't get old, right? You just win, no matter what.
Sometimes you just got to do that.
Well, fair enough. So at this point in the season, you guys are now heading off to the Coastal Finals. Eventually, you may find yourself in the Grand Finals. Like, what does it take to stop you guys?
That's a great question. We lose all the time in the Storm League. I don't know. Just ask them.
Fair enough. Well, there you go, guys. That's what you got to do. Is everybody, if you're gonna scout out You Are Not Alone, just go find their Storm League games, and there you go. Right click them in the NGS channel. Go to View History. You may not be able to watch the actual games, but you can see those heroes that the opponents are playing and the maps and all that stuff. But anyways, enough about that. So let's talk about this setup. So we saw your guys's intro, your 5-minute I don't remember what he called it, 5-minute face check with Valkymer.
Yeah.
First of all, when did you do that, by the way?
Last night.
Was it late night like our cast here?
11 o'clock Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
okay.
after.
Oh, that's right. You guys are West Coast, so it's just not that late for you.
What?
So you talked a little bit about the name, which we've talked about in the past as well, and the message of support. You talked a little bit about your draft and some of the things that you guys have had the opportunity to play a little bit differently. Was there anything that you played tonight that was kind of showcasing your variation of your theme so far here?
Rag was new. I think that was our first game of Rag. Other than that, no, I don't think we actually ended up going that crazy tonight. We drafted a little bit weird. We did a lot of swapping in drafts. How much you caught that, but yeah.
I caught a little bit of it. I don't know if I think I made sure that I had everything right in the second game, but
I think we swapped. I think Wipeout and Fizz swapped both games.
Let's see. Well, I definitely have Wipeout correct on game 2. I think I had it right in game 1, but you know what? Whatever. If the overlay's wrong, the overlay's wrong. So we've talked about your guys' preparation. You even talked about it a little bit in the interview. What did you do in preparation for this match to make sure that you guys would remain successful?
We scrimmed last Sunday. We scrimmed Thursday. We storm lead practiced Wednesday and yesterday. We did some individual practices throughout the week, like smaller groups and stuff. We couldn't get all 5, so just like some of us were playing specific things, practicing the Malfurion. Patience a week ago had not played Malfurion since his last rework. And he has basically only played Malf all week to get it ready for tonight.
Well, there you go. So there's another hero that you had that was different, right? Because Ragnaros was the one, Malfurion was the other, and it worked out really well in that game. I do have to say the combination of the Blaze jet propulsion and the Strangling Vines was absolutely just on point. And quite frankly, I think that's what won you guys that game.
Oh yeah, Malf, he hadn't been playing, so he had to learn the hero by himself. But then on top of that, Malf is very synergetic, reliant with that tank setup, and then so you can land those roots. And so they've also been spamming that duo, duos all week, different Malf plus tank.
Right.
So it was just crazy, the fact that how far he's come. At the beginning of the week, it was he would spam roots out, right, and just waste all his mana, and we wouldn't have them for team fights, and we weren't landing any combos. And as you saw tonight, he was patient. Patience was patient enough to save it for the tank setup and was able to use it very well.
Well, and it started off with that double kill, I think, onto the 2 healers right at their own gate, coming out from the double stun from Blaze, followed up by that root, and then those are the first 2 kills of that game, and you guys just never looked back. So really strong performance from you guys on both games. I didn't see Deathwing at all, and I don't want to give anything away or have you give anything away. Is Deathwing even of consideration to you guys, or do you even care if enemies, I should say opponents, they're not enemies, they're opponents, if opponents play Deathwing?
We're prepared for if opponents play it, of course. We're not going to let something like that's considered so strong through so consistently unless we were prepared to face it. As for playing it, we practice it. We can play Deathwing. I think we may have only pulled it out. We pulled it out one time so far, but we do practice it. We are prepared to play Deathwing. It's just we consider him we don't prioritize him that much.
Sure. So in game number 1, their last pick, they pull out a Murky. So what does that do for you guys at the beginning of that game where you've got the load time to kind of discuss things? Murky's a hero that causes you to kind of do things a little bit differently somewhat. So was there much conversation, or were you guys just shrug?
Yeah, we discussed it. We discussed the Mothio Murky matchup. We discussed What else did we discuss? The wave. And really, that was it. We just discussed the offlane matchup more so. Probably should have talked about ults, but I think we were prepared for either ults, just in case. Just because we've all been playing for a while now, so we all kind of know the ults of the heroes pretty well.
Sure.
But mostly, we just talked about the wave clear and whether or not Mothvale could clear the pufferfish or not.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Makes sense. Let's see. So, I'm trying to think if I have anything else, but it's approaching midnight, and for whatever reason, we're doing a President's Day 7 o'clock in the morning NGS stream tomorrow morning. So yeah, so I think I'm just gonna ask the normal last question, which is just simply, was there any particular moment that you wanted to make sure got highlighted that may or may not have made it on the stream? Something that either you or your team did or the opponents? You can say no.
Well,
but if
no,
there's
I always like to pick something. I was just trying to think if there was anything besides the Blaze Mothvale route for the double healer kill at the start.
that was a good one.
Beyond that, it's probably the boss fight at the end. As we're killing the boss, we knew Murky was seeing it, so we knew that they were going to come there. It was like, all right, how many people do we need on point right away? How many people do we need to rotate on point? And our general consensus was stick all 5 heroes on the point and just stand there until we get it. And it worked.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if they used grenade or not, but I think that they kind of missed the timing on that, because if Morales hits that grenade at the right time and hits the right positioning, then maybe they can get it. But grenade's just not that much of a knockback, so probably not, but yeah. I just thought of one more that I do want to shout out, which is, and this is at the end of game 2, where you guys get the double kill, and then suddenly the Punisher's like, no, we're not done yet. And slams down, and you guys get another couple of kills practically for free because of John Cena. So that was to me, that's a highlight moment. I think that's one of those things where it's like, hey, you get a good victory win in this, a team fight win, and everybody kind of thinks that it's probably over at this point, and then just no, it's not. So, alrighty. So, any shout outs?
As always, shout out to Lily, our #1 fan. Shout out to you, Aero, for casting. Thanks for picking it up. Shout out to Pro, Devil Keggs, Roll 1. They were scrim partners this past week. So shout out to all 3 of those teams. And then shout out to NGS, of course, for putting this all together.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again. Good luck in the rest of the season. So you've got Phoenix Rising Onyx coming up here next week. Also, I've failed to mention this to other teams that I've cast this week, but just as a reminder, all of the games next week and the week after are best of 5. So it's going to be really important to account for that extra time when setting up your matches.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So great. Thanks again for joining me, and have a great night.
You too.
Alrighty. So that's it for this set. 2-0. You are not alone over Deviled Keggs. Let's take a look at the bracket. There it is. So they will now face off against Phoenix Rising Onyx in the Coastal Finals. And then whoever wins that one will face off between the winner of Saltscale Murgles and Party Time from Division B East. Now, that being said, we're not quite done, because I got started earlier with a cast, and I had to pause it, basically, because there just wasn't quite enough time. So, I'm going to close this out. I'm going to set everything back up for going back to that other one, which was the heroic cast between Phoenix Rising Topaz and Anti-Clown Association. So, stick around for a couple minutes here, and we will finish up that set in just a moment. But if it's late and you're done, have a good night. I appreciate you stopping by.